Alright, so there's something that I've always been curious about, but I just always forget to actually like go out of my way and look it up or something, right? In Gon's adult form, is he really on that same level as Mereum, and how do we know? Maybe I just might have missed something, or maybe I just wasn't paying attention to some shit. I don't know. I've always wondered that, but I've never like and tried to like do research on it. So today we about to learn together. If y'all didn't know, I don't know. Let's learn together.
Quite specifically to discuss the ever controversial hypothetical of what would have happened in the event that Adult Gon fought against the Ant King Mereum. Not at all a simple topic to cover, and one that comes.
But that's the thing though, is it like, are we doing pre a Mereum that fought Netero, or Mereum when he absorbed Yuki, well not absorbed, but like he got the abilities from Yuki and what's that nigga name? Poof? Whatever? That nigga's ass. Blonde nigga's ass.
Fight in the series has been a completely one-sided affair where the winner was never realistically in doubt. So we really don't get a lot of truly equal matchups, and as such it's kind of a shame that Adult Gon and Mereum never came face to face, because they do present the pinnacle of raw aura use in the series. But then again, would a well-balanced fight even have ensued? Well, we're here to explore exactly that.
I wish they at least briefly interacted with each other. That would have been fire.
Gon and enhance ourselves by subscribing to the New World Review, which will result in regular Hunt Hunter content being uploaded straight into your YouTube feed.
Link will be in the description.
This topic exists in the first place. I'm sure it was probably still fairly debated before, but the whole Adult Gon versus Mereum hypothetical really does stem from the 2011 anime adaptation of Hunt Hunter, and it's all because of one line from Neferpito, where while Gon is transforming, they state, "I was right. His power is now equal to that of the king." And that is an extraordinarily clear-cut statement, and I really don't blame the anime-centric part of the fan base.
That's that right there.
At face value,
oh, shit.
Especially for a shonen series where there's
you can hang it up right there, then.
Understanding that characters are not just conveying information for their own benefit. It's designed not only to speak to themselves or another character, but also to speak directly to the audience.
Hisoka is so broken,
when you get
bro.
into darker, more adult-oriented content, this can change quite a bit.
Hisoka is so broken, bro. Read the manga, bro. Hisoka is so broken.
Such as an unreliable narrator, and that's kind of where Hunter x Hunter actually lands.
So broken, bro. What's your favorite arc in Hunter x Hunter, bro?
Began its life as
Mine's the
shonen, where every piece of information could be implicitly trusted. However, over time it morphed into
a lot of people gonna say, what's it? Is it New York Town? One with the Venom troop first introduced, right?
Pito states that Gon's power is now equal to that of the king. That is not a decree that has been set in stone. This is Pito's personal opinion, which is flawed because they don't actually know the full extent of Mereum's power, nor do they really grasp the true scope of Adult Gon's. All Pito really knows in this instant is that both Adult Gon and Mereum are on a level beyond Pito themselves. And I think that the manga did a far better job of portraying Pito's feelings on this matter, because in the manga Pito's line was, "As I feared, his fangs might even sink into the king," which is completely counter to the anime. In the manga, Pito is expressing a vague concern. They have no way of quantifying Gon as
I would definitely go by the manga though.
Simply senses the potential.
The anime always watered down
shit.
shit.
To a member of the Royal Guard is a matter to be taken with the utmost of seriousness. However, there is no talk whatsoever of being equal to the king. So I just wanted to start by breaking this myth of equality before we move any further forward. Pito never expresses equality canonically through the manga, and even if they did, Pito's opinion is unreliable. However, to have some fun with that, you could potentially even make the argument that Pito is still underestimating Gon at this point, and that perhaps he is still quite close to Mereum in terms of power, but we do need to make that assessment through other means. So firstly, let's take a look at Mereum. To be clear, we are talking about Mereum prior to absorbing Poof and Yuppie, because what he goes on to
I'm about to
is
say
essentially a godlike entity, and there is no discussion to be had there whatsoever.
Okay,
fact, things are kind of tough enough.
I'm glad he cleared that up, because that's what I was finna say. My opinion on it is like, Gon and Mereum fought. If y'all say that Gon is equal to Mereum or stronger than Mereum, I feel like there's no way in hell you're gonna tell me Gon is stronger than Mereum post absorbing from Yuki and Yuppie and Poof, whatever. After that, you can cut that right there. I feel like there's no way. Mereum was like, ah, hell no. The shit he could have did.
Just our base form.
There's no way. There's no way, bro. There's no way.
Actually can't be ranked in the Hunt Hunter manual, because if you take a brief look at his stats, you'll notice that almost everywhere is a complete
that's
question,
tough.
with the exception of one of the Palace Invasion set of stats where everything is 5+, which does very little to clarify anything and tells us that his capabilities may as well be infinite on the scale.
Nigga, is
now,
that
to put
strong?
This into some perspective, Mereum's primary opponent, Isaac Netero, ends his time in the series with a perfect 5 out of 5 score for each area, but even base form Mereum is clearly above that classification. And just while we're talking about stats, I should
So
say
could
that
a young Netero
to ever
fight
actually
Mereum?
beat
Beat
ranked according
Mereum?
to the system, because as far as I can tell, all of these
English,
figures
hello?
refer to regular Gon. But for Mereum, this still tells us quite a bit. In his base form, he has unbeatable, well, everything. Speed, stamina, strength, aura, intellect,
Nigga
you
was
name
broke
it,
here,
and
bro.
Mereum has literally all of it, and you have none of it. And I do think it's
Sheesh.
important to highlight the idea that Mereum was quite deliberately created as a character who would be impossible to overcome by traditional means. Because, well, we tried that. We threw humanity's greatest warrior at Mereum,
That is
we
true.
even condensed every last drop of his aura into one gigantic blast, and it still was not enough to do
It
really
still took it,
anything
yep,
beyond
yep.
superficial damage. Everything about Mereum is intended to be unbeatable.
And
which
he
isn't
regenerated
something we
from a
can really
nuke.
ignore
It's
in a
crazy.
hypothetical like
That's a
this, because
nuke,
for
bro.
Gon to come
A
out on
real
top
shit,
here,
that's
he
a
would
nuke,
essentially
bro.
need access to an infinite reserve of power capable of meeting Togashi's intentions behind Meruem. But just one more thing regarding Meruem, there are a lot of minor instances in the series where people attempt to bring Meruem's abilities down to some form of reality. One of the more notable ones is right after his birth, where he tail whipped Pito with the intent to kill them. And this event is something that I often see cited as a limit to Meruem's physical power. It's a very poor argument though, because having the intent to kill does not mean using every ounce of your strength to accomplish it. The situation was more akin to a human swatting a fly. The fly is being annoying, so yes, you have the intent to kill it, but that doesn't mean that you punch it with all of your might. With that said, all of Meruem's attributes will have a limit, we just aren't aware of what that limit is, because there was nothing in Hunter x Hunter capable of pushing him to that point. Which takes us to Gon. His adult form, much like Meruem, is an existence that is extraordinarily difficult to quantify. The basic gist of the form is that Gon made an end vow to access all of the power he would ever have. So what we're looking at is a snapshot of what would have been the future. Eventually, Gon would have become a frankly unstoppable aura beast, and not only that, but Gon also grew to physically surpass Neferpito by an order of magnitude, which wouldn't have been so difficult in terms of strength because that comes quite handily with natural enhancement, but a very underrated aspect of adult Gon is his speed and agility, particularly as Pito is the most agile of the three royal guards, so seeing them completely outclassed speaks volumes as to what Gon is capable of. And I really don't think it's out of the question to put Gon on relatively the same playing field as base Meruem in that regard, although there's no great way to compare because the only other two characters who outclassed Pito's speed were Meruem himself and Netero, the latter of whom having a particular level of speed that not even Meruem could quite catch up to in the end, not in his base form anyway. Now before turning to strength, I think it's a bit more important to consider aura because as a natural enhancer, that is more or less going to directly convert into strength for Gon. And the interesting thing about the adult Gon form is that it's not clear if it has aura limitations, mostly due to Killua's assessment of the situation that the more aura Gon used in this form, the higher the price he would ultimately need to pay. Perhaps meaning that in theory, Gon could just keep pushing into infinity. Kind of similarly to Alaka or I guess Lanica's ability, they can make anything happen so long as an equal price is paid.
So this nigga just like had an unlimited source of like just power, just damn. No, that's
Although
crazy.
even with that in mind, I do strongly believe that there would have been a strict
By that he
limitation somewhere
definitely,
with
I feel like he
Gon, given that was only
definitely,
able to
given
offer
enough
himself
time, he
as
definitely
paid.
could have took
Still, the aura reserves that Adult
could
Gon
have fought
possesses are
Mereum.
pretty out of control and will put him on a level of strength comparable to that of Meruem via natural enhancement. Which, by the way, is the one and only mild advantage that Gon actually has over Meruem, because Meruem is a natural specialist. So enhancement is by far his weakest affinity, meaning that there is a lot of potential for Gon to close whatever that power gap is with his natural boost, because it would basically cost Meruem several times as much aura as Gon to achieve the same effect. And now something else that will often get brought up in regards to Gon would be the fact that Pito did manage to sever one of his arms, or at least Pito's post-mortem.
I was about to say that actually.
This doesn't have any real impact on his strength or durability because it occurred at a moment where Gon had completely let his guard down. He thought that Pito was dead and he was an emotional wreck, so no aura was being expended to keep an eye on his surroundings or defend himself. And in that situation, he suffered the same consequence as anyone would have, including Meruem. And I suppose that brings us to where this fight is ostensibly lost or won. And rather unsurprisingly for Hunter x Hunter, it is entirely in the mental arena, because I do think that an argument can be made that it is possible for Gon to have the strength, speed, and aura reserves to take Meruem on. However, what he does not have is the intellect to use those abilities to actually overcome Meruem. And this isn't to say that Gon is an airheaded punch machine. I actually don't think Gon gets anywhere near enough credit for his intelligence. He can be quite a little genius in combat, as shown time and time again, with particular examples coming to mind being both against Genthru and Knuckle. However, Gon is a very
analytical and tactical,
he
for
acts
sure.
based on more primal senses and information, which to be fair worked phenomenally against Neferpito. Gon's senses were unbelievably sharp in their brief conflict, and it really gave him this truly invincible vibe. However, in this case, that would be pit directly against Meruem's strategic prowess, which is is unmatched by all of humanity. Well, with one exception, and only when it comes to Gungi specifically. Mereum does have a greater advantage though, because his ridiculous intelligence isn't all he has to rely on. Being a chimera ant, he is also well and truly in touch with the same sort of primal instinct that Gon heavily relies on, so Gon doesn't have any particular advantage there either. Oh, and also we should very much examine the motivation of both characters, because usually in hypothetical combative discussions that's less than relevant, but the thing to remember here is that the adult Gon form does not occur naturally. This is Gon's response to the greatest despair that he has ever felt in life, as well as his acceptance to relinquish his life. And I think that is best encapsulated with the following line: "Enough, let it end. I don't care what happens to me now. I need all the power I'll ever have." Which paints Gon quite accurately as a reckless, revenge-driven individual, which is a terrible matchup against someone like Mereum, whose overbearing sense of duty for his race will always be able to overcome a self-destructive mentality. Because really, when it comes down to it, Gon is fighting to die, whilst Mereum is fighting to live. And in that situation, both combatants would achieve their goal, making Mereum the
You know how backwards that shit is, dog? Is it that backwards? I feel like it kind of is, bro, because like mostly an antagonist would be the one to fight to die, right? Or am I just bugging? Cliche, I think it's that way. I don't know. I could be bugging. Let me shut up.
Easy winner. And I do bring this up because there is also a very common misconception that Gon transformed because Pito backed him into a corner and threatened to kill him. The general logic being that this transformation was more of a survival mechanism kicking in, and I really can't count the amount of times that people have tried to tell me this, but it's wrong. During this conflict with Pito, Gon had one concern, and that was reviving Kite. Once that became an impossibility, Gon made the decision to throw away his life in order to take revenge. Like, he quite literally states that he doesn't care what happens to himself. The thought of survival is so far removed from what adult Gon is that he would have been swiftly dissected by the superior intellect and instinct of Mereum. So the only path adult Gon would have to victory in this sort of situation would be to have the strength, speed, and aura so superior to Mereum's that strategy becomes meaningless. Which
I mean, if it's limitless though, then he's just gonna keep. He's just not gonna stop.
Greatly favor Mereum, even if we were to accept the hypothetical that Gon's physical abilities equally match those of the king. Because even in that situation, the mental mountain is simply too high for Gon to climb, and that's probably one of many reasons why Togashi elected not to have such a matchup in the series. But what do you guys think? Please do leave your thoughts in the comments below, or even join my Discord server. And if you're keen for some more Hunt Hunter content,
the Dark Secret that'll make Kurapika snap. One more video I wanted to see, just to have a different opinion. Shout out to New World Review. Hey, make sure I hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell, and smash that like button.
The pinnacle of power in the Hunter x Hunter story. The pinnacle of power in the Hunter x Hunter story is Mereum. Let's be honest here. I'm a fan of Hunter x Hunter, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a fan of Mereum as a character is extremely badass. But to keep it real with you guys, I never wanted a villain to be that strong. Like, he is so strong, like, it makes it harder for other villains to match up. That's how impressive Mereum is when it comes to his power and his abilities. Like, both iterations when it comes to pre-nuke and post-nuke Mereum. There's a fact that there's even a post-nuke Mereum scares me, guys.
Which is crazy on me.
But I do want to say this, like, a man so revered as Netero was pretty much low to mid-diff by this character.
I think that's the only way he could have killed him, with that nuke and then get like poison in his body. That is crazy that they had to do that to get body somebody. It's kind of like Madara. Like, they had to pull some bullshit out of Zetsu's ass to be like, oh, I'm gonna revive my mother, and Madara was set up to be the final. Wrong show.
I know. Okay, I will be honest.
Lock in.
If he didn't have those matches with Komugi, I think
crazy.
I think it could have been a high diff with Netero, but still, guys, this whole situation, like, it makes me
the parallels is amazing.
Anybody beat Mereum, and the character that comes to mind is adult Gon. We all know that Gon freaks pretty much his power, like, he destroyed Pito. So that question is pretty much an easy question. Could adult Gon beat Mereum? And I'm gonna have my answer right now. I feel like this is gonna be a crazy video, so stay tuned. Now, to put into context how powerful adult Gon is, like, a lot of people don't understand this. Phaeton, who's one of the more powerful Phantom Troop members, struggled against a Chimera Ant. He defeated a Chimera Ant, but struggled against his Chimera Ant that wasn't Royal Guard level, but was right below Royal Guard level. Like, there's a gap, of course, but this Chimera Ant was definitely calling herself a queen, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it was pretty powerful. But Phaeton still defeated his Chimera Ant.
Am I tweaking?
If that was Royal Guard, I don't see Phaeton winning this battle. Now, that's to put in context. another how powerful royal guards are. Pito pretty much destroyed. Kite, and Kite is an extremely powerful hunter. So, just to put in context how strong adult Gon
is Kite overrated, bruh? I don't know. I don't even remember watching the series, bro. I barely even remember shit about that nigga Kite, bro. Is Kite overrated, bro? I need to know, bro. Somebody let a nigga know, bro.
Adult Gon low diff a character like this.
Am I tweaking?
Adult Gon
is he that nigga?
A character who would low diff characters like Kite and Feet, and so you have to. That just shows you, sheesh, like this is a monster. Adult Gon was pretty much painted out to be a monster, so it makes sense. Now, Pito did say that Gon's power was on the same level of the king, the Ant King, that is Mereum. But you guys gotta understand, Mereum, you can undervalue his power. He could also low diff a royal guard. We literally see him stunning the royal guards multiple times.
Right.
He beat Netero, who's been to the Dark Continent twice. Mereum is no joke. Netero's the chairman of all the hunters, the Zodiacs. So pretty much what I'm trying to say is Netero is the top dog when it comes to the hunters and human then users. That's why it was a big deal when it comes to human and evolution, how Netero ended up.
I gotta see how strong prime Netero was. Netero in his prime versus like
guards. And we gotta understand Netero's extremely powerful. Zeno pretty much hyped him up, fighting Maha Zoldyck. Zeno saying he's stronger.
What if Netero in his prime was like Whitebeard in his prime?
Mereum still low to mid diff Netero, a complete beast. So to ask the question, could adult Gon beat Mereum? I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. If I'm being completely honest, no. Mereum was growing and growing. Like, that's the scary thing about it. It wasn't that he was extremely powerful. It was the fact that he was growing.
He was just born. Literally. I just thought about that. I forgot about that.
When it comes to evolution, when it comes to humans and stuff like that. So I definitely want to say that was a scary thing. The pace that Mereum was growing, the power, the intelligence, just him going up against Komodo made a big difference. So I feel like a situation where Gon, who was just straight emotional rage, like you understand, Gon lost an arm just seeing Killua, and when Pito's dead body came out of nowhere, of course, Nen is stronger after death. So a big thing I want to say here, like we saw Hisoka in the manga, I'm not trying to spoil, but you saw that moment right there. A big thing I want to say is this though, like imagine Mereum catching Gon off guard. Like, that is, you're not losing an arm, you're losing your life. Simple as that. I definitely want to say, imagine not even putting post nuke into it. Post nuke Mereum is just a whole nother ballpark.
Let's not do that. That's raps. The whole unguarded Gon, if Mereum catches him off guard type shit, I feel like I definitely slash that like button. I'm gonna have to check out his videos. Like the whole unguardable Gon caught off guard thing is only because I see somebody said right here, is only because he thought he already killed her, which is, I think, somebody with her power level and Mereum's power level is two completely different things. So if you feel like Mereum's Nen, then I feel like that's just going, like, I don't know, bro, that's a whole other thing. Like, you're gonna be locked in that whole fight because ain't no way you just gonna let up and just, you know, nah, there's no way. Yeah, man, shout out to Nenmac, and shout out to New World Review, man. Appreciate y'all for doing what y'all do. Yeah, man, this is a good, both of these are good videos, man. Hey, I learned a lot. I can go ahead and say, based off this knowledge though, I can't help but agree. I can come to the conclusion that I agree that Mereum can Gon, and no, Gon cannot beat either Mereum, post or pre time skip. I heard about it a lot way back, and I just always thought about it. It's just something I thought about, man. Hey, let me know what you think in the comment section below about a video like this, man. I definitely want to do more of these with different characters, different animes, and of course comics as well. Hey, when I start introducing comics on the channel, I hope y'all enjoy. Hope y'all mess with it. I don't know who's next though. I kind of just go with the flow, but yeah, man, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Appreciate y'all for watching. If y'all made it this far, hold down, be easy, peace.